Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the quiet void. Tonight we are embarking on a very long, very slow expedition. We are not here to learn fast. We are not here to be excited. We are here to observe the stillness of the universe, to let the sheer scale of the cosmos wash over us, to let the silence enter our minds and push away the noise of the day. But before we can leave this planet, we must first leave the tension of your body behind. The journey requires you to be weightless. So let us prepare. Lie still. Feel the surface beneath you. It is solid. It is holding you up. You do not need to hold yourself up anymore. Let gravity do the work. Focus on your feet. They have carried you all day. Now they are still. Visualize a soft, warm light touching your toes. They are relaxing. The tension is melting away from your arches, your heel, your ankles. Focus on your legs. Your calves are heavy. Your knees are soft. Your thighs are sinking into the mattress. Let them go. Focus on your hands. Uncurl your fingers. Let them rest naturally. There is nothing to grasp here. Nothing to hold. Focus on your shoulders. Drop them away from your ears. Let them fall. Focus on your jaw. Unclench your teeth. Let your tongue rest gently. Focus on your eyes. The eyelids are heavy curtains. Close them. Darkness is kind. Darkness is rest. Now imagine. You are becoming lighter than air. You are slowly floating up. Through the ceiling, into the cool night sky. You are rising above your house, above your street, above your city. The lights below are shrinking. The cars are tiny specks of red and white moving slowly. The noise of the world is fading. It is becoming a distant hum. And now, silence. You pass through the clouds. They are wet and misty. And then you break through into the clear, open void. You are in space. You are hovering above the earth. Take a moment to look at it. It is the only home you have ever known. From here, it is a giant, glowing sphere. It is mostly blue, the deep, dark blue of the oceans. Swirls of white clouds cover the surface like brush strokes on a painting. You can see the continents, brown and green shapes drifting in the blue. You can see the line of the sunset. On one side, the earth is bathed in sunlight. On the other side, it is sparkling with city lights in the darkness. But from here, there are no borders. There is no politics, no noise, no rush, just a planet. Spinning. It spins at 1,000 miles per hour. But from here, it looks perfectly still. It is hanging in the blackness, suspended in nothing, supported by nothing, just floating, peaceful, silent. We turn our back on the earth now. We face the infinite dark. We begin to drift. We are moving towards our nearest companion, the moon. It hangs in the distance like a gray ghost. We drift closer and closer, until the earth is just a small blue marble behind us, and the moon fills our vision. We descend toward the surface. There's no air here, no wind, no sound. The silence is absolute. If you were to shout here, no sound would come out. The sky is not blue, it is pitch black. Even though the sun is shining, the surface is gray, shades of charcoal, ash, and slate. It is a world of dust and rock. We drift over the craters, thousands of them, millions of them, scars from a history of violence that happened billions of years ago. But now, there is only peace. Let us observe the landscape. We are drifting over the Mare Imbrium, the Sea of Rains. But there is no water here, and there is no rain. It is a vast flat plain of hardened lava. It stretches for over 1,000 kilometers. It is smooth and dark gray. Imagine walking here. Your boots would sink slightly into the dust. Regolith. That is the name of the moon dust. It is sharp. It is fine like powder. It clings to everything, and it sits there, undisturbed. There are rocks here that have not moved in 3 billion years. Think about that time. 3 billion years of sitting in the same spot, in the same silence, watching the Earth rise and set, over and over again. We drift towards the Copernicus crater. It is magnificent. It is 93 kilometers wide. The walls of the crater are terraced. They look like giant steps leading down into the dark. In the center, there is a cluster of mountain peaks. They rise up from the floor, catching the sunlight. The shadows here are pitch black. On Earth, shadows are soft because the air scatters the light. Here, there is no air. So the line between light and dark is sharp, knife-edged. You are either in the blinding sun or you are in the freezing dark. There is no in-between. We float over the rim of the crater. We look down into the deep bowl. It is silent, so silent. We move to the dark side of the moon, the side that never faces Earth. Here you cannot see your home. You are truly alone, but you are not lonely. You are connected to the cosmos. The stars here are brighter than you have ever seen them because there is no atmosphere to blur them. They are hard, unblinking points of diamond light. There are so many of them, a river of stars, the Milky Way, stretching across the black sky like a cloud of light. You are drifting under this canopy of stars, floating over the silent gray hills. The valleys are deep shadows. The peaks are glowing white. Let us list the seas of the moon. Just their names are relaxing. Listen to them. Mare Tranquillitatis, the Sea of Tranquility. Mare Serenitatis, the Sea of Serenity. Mare Nubium, the Sea of Clouds. Mare Nectaris, the Sea of Nectar. Mare Vaporum, the Sea of Vapors. Oceanus Procellarum, the Ocean of Storms. Ancient names for a dead world. There are no storms there. There is only the vacuum. The temperature drops. We are on the night side now. It is minus 173 degrees Celsius. The rocks are frozen. The dust is cold. Everything is in a deep, frozen slumber, waiting for the sun to rise again in 2 weeks. But we do not wait. We drift on. We are leaving the moon now, rising up from the gray surface, back into the black void. The moon shrinks behind us. It becomes a circle, then a coin, then a dot. We are drifting further out, into the deep solar system, leaving the safety of the Earth-Moon system. We are heading towards the sun, but we will take our time. There is no rush in space. We are just particles, floating, drifting, sleeping. We are drifting inward now, leaving the silence of the moon behind. We are moving toward the center, towards the anchor of our world, the sun. It grows larger in our vision. It is not just a circle of light anymore. It is a vast, living ocean of fire. But here in the vacuum of space, there is no sound of the burning. On the surface of the sun, there are explosions larger than the Earth. There are storms of plasma rising thousands of kilometers high. But space swallows the noise. To us, it is just a silent, blinding sphere, a perfect circle of white and yellow. Let us appreciate the scale of it. Imagine the Earth. Now imagine you can line up 109 Earths across the face of the sun. Imagine you can pour 1.3 million Earths inside of it like sand into a bucket. It is massive beyond comprehension. It holds 99.8% of all the mass in the solar system. Everything we know, every planet, every asteroid, every comet, is just a tiny speck of dust dancing around this giant. Feel the light hitting your face. Even from millions of kilometers away, the light is strong. It is constant. It has been burning for 4.6 billion years. Think about that number. 4.6 billion years of steady, uninterrupted light. It does not flicker, it does not fade, it just burns, fusing hydrogen into helium, atom by atom, ton by ton. In the core, the temperature is 15 million degrees, but here, drifting in the safety of the void, we only feel a gentle warmth, like a heavy blanket on a winter afternoon. Let that warmth soak into your skin. Let it relax your muscles. The sun is the heartbeat of the system, steady, rhythmic, eternal. We turn slightly away from the glare now. We look for the first rock, the first sentinel of the system, Mercury. It is hard to see at first. It is lost in the glare of the sun. But there it is, a small, dark gray world. We drift towards it. As we get closer, we see that it looks very much like the moon. It is covered in craters. It is a battered world. It has been hit by rocks for eons. And because there is no wind and no rain to smooth them down, every scar remains, fresh as the day it was made. We descend to the surface. The ground here is cooked. It is baked by the radiation. During the day, the temperature rises to 430 degrees Celsius. Lead would melt here. The rocks are expanding in the heat, cracking silently. The sky is black, but the sun looks huge. It appears 3 times larger here than it does on Earth. It dominates the sky, a giant, unblinking eye staring down at the dry ground. Let us stand in the Caloris Basin, one of the largest craters in the solar system. It is 1,550 kilometers wide. It is a vast, flat desert of dust and impact rock. It is so quiet here. The silence is heavy. It presses against you. There is no atmosphere to scatter the light. The shadows are pitch black. If you step into a shadow, the temperature drops instantly, from baking hot to freezing cold in a single step. Mercury is a lonely planet. It has no moons to keep it company. It has no rings. It is just a rock rushing around the sun. It moves fast. It is the fastest planet. It travels through space at 47 kilometers per second, rushing through the dark. But while it runs fast around the sun, it spins incredibly slowly on its axis. This is the most exhausting thing about Mercury. The day never ends. Let us watch the sunrise on Mercury. It rises slowly. It takes weeks for the sun to climb to the top of the sky. Sometimes, because of the strange orbit, the sun seems to stop in the sky. It moves backward for a moment and then moves forward again. Imagine a day that lasts for 176 Earth days. The sun beats down on the rocks for months, unrelenting, unchanging, and then finally it sets, and the night begins. A night that lasts for months. The temperature plunges down to minus 180 degrees Celsius. The rocks contract. They shiver in the cold. It is a world of extremes, fire and ice, but mostly just rock. Let us list the names of the craters on Mercury. They are named after artists, musicians, and writers from Earth. Listen to them. Beethoven, a large crater, 630 kilometers wide. Tolstoy, an ancient impact. Raphael, smooth and round. Shakespeare, Goethe, Homer, Rembrandt, Vivaldi. Hundreds of names etched into the burning stone. They do not create art here. They just sit, collecting dust, collecting silence, drifting in the heat. We hover over the North Pole of Mercury. Here, deep in the bottom of the craters, the sun never shines. The shadows are eternal. And in these shadows there is ice, frozen water, hidden from the fire. sleeping in the dark for billions of years, a secret stash of cold in a world of heat. We are done with Mercury now. The heat is too much. The light is too bright. We need to move away. We need to find a place with clouds. We push off from the surface. We drift back into the cool embrace of the void. Mercury shrinks behind us. It becomes a gray speck. Then it disappears into the glare of the sun. We turn our gaze outward, to the next light in the dark, the bright star, the morning star, Venus. But for now, we just drift between the worlds, in the empty space. Feel the weightlessness returning. There is no rush to get to Venus. We have all the time in the universe. Breathe in the silence, breathe out the tension, drifting, floating, waiting. ये रहा पार्ट 3। इस हिस्से में हम वीनस ज़ोहरा पर जाएंगे। साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रिक। इस पार्ट में हम प्रेशर, दबाव और थिक क्लाउड्स, मोटे बादल का जिक्र करेंगे। स्लीप थेरेपी में इसे वेटेड ब्लैंकेट इफेक्ट कहते हैं। सुनने वाले को महसूस होगा कि वो किसी गरम और भारी चादर में लिपटा हुआ है। वीडियो टाइटल द साइलेंट आर्काइव फुल मूवी। करंट पार्ट 3 of 8 Venus the heavy world। Tone thick, hazy, wrapped heavy। Part 3 script। Instructions: speak with a deeper voice here. Make the words feel heavy and slow. We are drifting towards the brightest object in the night sky, the morning star, the evening star, Venus. From a distance it is deceiving. It looks pristine, a perfect sphere of pale yellow and white. It glows with a steady, soft light. It looks like a pearl sitting in the black ocean of space. But as we get closer, we realize that we are not looking at a surface. We are looking at a veil, a thick, impenetrable blanket of clouds. These are not like the clouds on Earth. They do not break. They do not scatter. They wrap around the entire planet, unbroken, hiding everything beneath them. Venus is a world of secrets. It is wrapped up, tucked away. Let us drift closer to the cloud tops. We are floating just above the atmosphere. Below us is a sea of sulfur. It moves slowly. The winds here at the top are fast, circling the planet in just 4 days. But we are not caught in the wind. We are above it, watching the swirls, watching the patterns of the haze. It is hypnotic, like stirring milk into coffee. Endless, slow swirls of white and cream. Now, imagine sinking. We are going to descend into the clouds, slowly. You are heavy. You are sinking down into the mist. The light begins to fade. The bright white turns to a deep dark yellow. It is foggy here. You cannot see far. Everything is soft. Everything is blurred. You are passing through layers of haze. Deeper, deeper. The air is getting thicker. You can feel it pressing against you, like a heavy blanket, like diving to the bottom of a deep ocean. The pressure is building, but it is not crushing you. It is holding you. It is hugging you from all sides, squeezing out the tension. You are suspended in the thick air. We reach the surface. It is dark here. The sunlight struggles to get through the thick clouds. It looks like a gloomy, overcast afternoon that never ends. The ground is rocky and flat. Everything is tinged with orange. The rocks are orange. The sky is orange. The air is still. Down here, there is no wind. The atmosphere is so thick that it hardly moves. It is sluggish. If you tried to walk, it would feel like walking through water. Every movement is slow. Every movement is heavy. You are grounded. Let us look at the mountains of Venus. Even under this crushing atmosphere, mountains rise up. Maxwell Montes, the highest mountain on Venus, it stands 11 kilometers high, taller than Mount Everest, but no snow sits on its peak. Only heavy metal snow, lead and bismuth that has vaporized and frozen on the tips. It sits there in the gloom, a giant shadow in the orange fog. Mont Mons, a massive volcano. It is silent now. It is broad and flat, stretching out for hundreds of kilometers. The lava here flows slowly, like honey. It takes a long time to cool. Everything on Venus takes its time. Let us speak of the rotation again. Venus is the rebel of the solar system. While all other planets spin counterclockwise, Venus spins clockwise. It spins backward, and it spins so slowly. A single rotation takes 243 Earth days, but it takes only 225 days to orbit the Sun. This means a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. The concept of time dissolves here. There is no rush to finish the day because the day is effectively forever. The sun rises in the west. It crawls across the sky. It takes months to reach the highest point, and then months to set in the east, a never-ending twilight. Let us list the Terra, the continents of this hidden world. They have beautiful names. Aphrodite Terra, named after the goddess of love. It is the size of Africa, a vast highland near the equator. Rough and fractured, Ishtar Terra, the size of Australia, sitting near the North Pole. Lada Terra, hidden in the south. Beta Regio, Alpha Regio, Themis Regio, vast plains of volcanic rock, cracked plates, sitting under the weight of the sky. Waiting, enduring, it is hot here, 475 degrees Celsius, but we do not feel the heat. We only feel the weight, the density. The atmosphere is 90 times heavier than Earth's. Imagine lying under 90 heavy blankets. You cannot move. You do not want to move. You are pinned down by the comfort of the weight, static, still. We have seen enough of the orange gloom. It is time to rise again. We push up from the surface, moving slowly through the thick soup of the atmosphere, up past the volcanoes, up through the haze layer, up through the cloud deck. The light begins to return. The dark orange turns to yellow, then to white, and then we break the surface. We pop out into the black vacuum of space. The stars are back, the cold is back, the freedom is back. Venus remains below us, a shiny silent ball of clouds, keeping its secrets. We drift away from it, moving outwards again. We are heading towards a familiar blue dot. We are passing Earth again on our way to the outer darkness. But we will not stop at Earth. We have already been there. We are just travelers passing by, watching the blue world spin from a distance. It looks fragile. It looks small. We drift past the moon again. Goodbye, moon. We are heading for the red planet, Mars. But the distance is great. It will take time to get there. Millions of kilometers of nothingness. So we settle in for the drift, floating in the black channel between the worlds. Your breathing is deep. Your body is heavy. Your mind is clear. Drifting towards the red dust. ये रहा part 4. इस हिस्से में हम मार्स मरीख पर जाएंगे. Psychological trick, पिछल part, Venus, में हमने गर्मी और दबाव, heat and pressure, महसूस किया था. मार्स पर हम ठंडक and cooling और खुलापन, openness, महसूस करेंगे. ये एक सूखा पुराना और ज़ंग लगा हुआ rusty सहरा है. Video title, The Silent Archive, full movie. Current, part 4 of 8, Mars, the rusty desert. Tone, cold, dusty, ancient, dry. Part 4, script, instructions, speak softly. Imagine you are walking alone in a giant, empty desert. We have traveled a long distance now. Millions of kilometers of empty black space lie between us and the sun. The warmth we felt earlier is fading. It is getting cooler here. Ahead of us, a new color appears in the darkness. Not blue, not white, red, a deep, rusty ochre. It is the red planet, Mars. It floats in the silence, looking like a drop of dried blood. But as we get closer, the color changes. It is not blood. It is rust, iron oxide. The entire planet is covered in iron dust that has rusted over billions of years. It is a world of old metal and stone, a global desert. We descend through the thin atmosphere. There is barely any air here. The sky is not black and it is not blue. During the day, the sky on Mars is a soft, dusty pink, like the color of salmon or a faded peach. It casts a strange, hazy light over the ground. We land softly on a vast plain, Utopia Planitia, the plain of nowhere. Look around you. Rocks, billions of rocks. Some are sharp and jagged. Some are rounded by the ancient winds. They sit in the red dust, casting long, dark shadows. There is no vegetation, no grass, no trees, just red dirt stretching out to the horizon in every direction. It is beautiful in its desolation. It is the ultimate solitude. It is cold here. The temperature is minus 60 degrees Celsius, a dry, biting cold. But you are safe in your drift. You simply observe the frost. In the mornings, a thin layer of water ice frost covers the red rocks, turning them white for just an hour. Then the sun rises and the frost vanishes into the thin air, sublimating, turning from solid to gas without ever becoming water. A silent magic trick. Let us walk to the edge of the scar, Vis Marineris, the Mariner Valley. It is a canyon so big it defies imagination. On Earth, the Grand Canyon is impressive, but this is a wound across the face of the planet. It is 4,000 kilometers long. If you put it on Earth, it would stretch from New York to California. It is 200 kilometers wide, and it is 7 kilometers deep. We float over the edge and look down, 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 into the abyss. The bottom is shrouded in shadow and mist. It is so deep that the air at the bottom is dense enough to hold thick fog. It is a silent valley. No river runs through it anymore. Wind is the only thing that moves here, carving the walls. Slowly, grain by grain, we drift north now, towards the giants. The volcanoes of Mars, they are not like Earth's volcanoes. They are dead. They have not erupted for millions of years, but they are massive. We approach the king of them all, Olympus Mons, Mount Olympus. It is the largest volcano in the solar system. It stands 21 kilometers high. It is nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. But if you were standing on it, you might not even know you were on a mountain. The base is so wide, 600 kilometers across, that the slope is almost flat. It is a gentle giant. It rises gradually, piercing the atmosphere. The peak of Olympus Mons sticks out of the atmosphere into space. It is a mountain that touches the void. At the very top, there is a caldera, a crater, 80 kilometers wide, a collapsed roof of an empty magma chamber. It sleeps now, a monument to a fiery past, now frozen in time. Let us watch the sunset on Mars. This is a special sight. On Earth, sunsets are red and orange, but on Mars, the dust in the atmosphere does something strange. As the sun dips towards the horizon, the sky around it turns blue, a deep, cool slate blue. The sun shrinks. It is smaller here than on Earth. It is just a bright coin slipping below the red hills. The blue glow lingers for a moment, and then darkness. The temperature drops rapidly. The stars come out, and 2 small shapes appear in the night sky. The moons of Mars, Phobos, the larger moon, but it is not round. It is shaped like a potato, a lumpy cratered rock. It moves fast. It rises in the west and sets in the east twice a day. It is in a rush. It is slowly spiraling inward. Every century it gets closer to Mars. One day, millions of years from now, it will crash into the red dust. But not tonight. Tonight it just drifts. Deimos, the smaller moon. It is just a speck of light. It looks more like a bright star than a moon. It orbits far away. It is smooth, covered in a thick layer of dust. It watches the planet from a distance, silent, aloof. We drift over the polar ice caps. Yes, Mars has ice caps like Earth, but they are not just made of water, they are made of frozen carbon dioxide, dry ice, layers of white ice swirling with the red dust. They look like a cappuccino, spirals of white and brown. In the winter, the ice grows. In the summer, it retreats, a slow breath of the planet, in and out, year after year, century after century. There are robots down there, rovers, Curiosity, Perseverance, metal boxes on wheels. Some are still moving, driving slowly over the rocks. Some have died, their batteries drained. They sit covered in dust. Silent monuments to human curiosity. They do not make noise. They just sit in the freezing desert, waiting for nothing. Part of the landscape now. We have seen the red world. We have felt the dry cold. It is time to leave. We lift off from the dusty plains, past the pink sky, past the lumpy moons, back into the black. Mars fades behind us. It becomes a red star, then a red dot. We are moving further out. We are leaving the realm of the rocky planets. Behind us lie Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, the solid worlds. Ahead of us lies the debris, the asteroid belt, and beyond that, the giants. But first we must cross the field of stones. The gap between Mars and Jupiter is vast, millions of kilometers, filled with drifting rocks. We turn our ship towards the field. We are weightless. We are calm. We are ready for the long drift. The silence wraps around us again, deeper than before. Sleep is coming, just like the dust settles on Mars. Let your thoughts settle, down, down, into the quiet. We have left the solid ground behind. Mars is just a red star in the rearview mirror now. We are entering the middle ground, the vast gap between the inner worlds and the outer giants. This is the asteroid belt. In movies, this place is crowded and dangerous. But in reality, space is big, so very big. The rocks here are millions of kilometers apart. It is a lonely place. We drift through the darkness, waiting to see a stone. And there one is, a gray rock, the size of a mountain, floating in the void. It is tumbling, slowly, end over end. It makes no sound as it spins. It has been spinning like this since the birth of the sun. It is covered in dust. It is cold. We watch it pass by, a silent traveler on an endless road. We pass Ceres, the queen of the belt. It is not just a rock, it is a dwarf planet. It is round. It is dark. But on its surface, there are bright white spots, salt deposits shining in the weak sunlight. It sits in the middle of nowhere, a lonely outpost, rotating every 9 hours. We drift past it, leaving the stones behind. And now, the darkness shifts. Something massive is ahead of us. It does not look like a planet. It looks like a solar system of its own. Jupiter, the king, the giant. It fills your entire vision. You cannot see the top or the bottom of it. You can only see the curve of the horizon stretching out forever. It is beautiful. It is painted in stripes of cream, brown, orange, and red. These are not solid lines. They are clouds, ammonia clouds, water clouds. They are stretched out by the wind, wrapped around the planet in perfect parallel bands. They move in opposite directions. The white bands move west, the brown bands move east, sliding past each other silently, like layers of silk sliding over one another. There is no ground here. There is no rock to stand on. Jupiter is a world of air and liquid. If you were to step onto it, you would not land. You would fall. Imagine falling into those clouds, sinking through the white mist. Deeper, deeper. The light fades. The clouds turn from white to brown, then to dark red. The pressure builds around you, hugging you, holding you. You would float in the darkness forever, suspended in the belly of the giant. But we stay outside. We watch from a distance. We drift toward the southern hemisphere. And there it is, the great red spot, the eye of Jupiter. It is a storm, an anticyclone. It is wider than the entire Earth. You could put our whole world inside that red circle, and it would disappear. It has been spinning for at least 300 years, maybe longer. It swirls counterclockwise, slowly, majestically. The color is a deep brick red, surrounded by pale yellow currents. It looks like a painting of a storm, frozen in time. It does not look violent from here. It looks calm, like a giant, unblinking eye watching the void, watching you, ensuring you are safe. Let us look at the poles of Jupiter, the top and the bottom. Here, the stripes disappear. Instead, there are storms, geometric storms, clusters of cyclones arranged in perfect circles. Blue and gray swirls dancing in the dark. They are cold. They are distant. Aurora borealis, the northern lights, dance above the poles. But they are not green like on Earth. They are purple and electric blue, glowing in the invisible magnetic field, a silent light show for no one. Jupiter is heavy. Its gravity is strong. It pulls on everything around it. It pulls on the asteroids. It pulls on comets. It protects the Earth by catching these rocks before they can reach us. It is a guardian, a silent, massive shield. Feel the gravity of the giant. Imagine it pulling the tension out of your body. Your worries are heavy, but Jupiter is heavier. Let the planet carry the weight. You do not need to carry it anymore. We drift past the giant face. The stripes blur as we move away. The red spot becomes a small dot again. We are moving into the shadow of Jupiter. The planet blocks out the sun. We are in the eclipse, total darkness. But then, we see the rim, a thin ring of sunlight glowing around the edge of the dark planet, a halo of gold. It is quiet here in the shadow, cold, still. We are drifting towards the moons now. Jupiter has a family of 95 moons, a swarm of rocks dancing around it. We pass Io. It looks like a pizza, yellow and orange. It is covered in volcanoes. Plumes of sulfur rise 300 kilometers into space, falling back down like snow. Yellow snow, silent eruptions in the dark. We pass Europa, a ball of white ice. It is smooth. It is scratched with red lines. Beneath that ice lies an ocean of water, deep and dark. Is there anything swimming in that dark ocean? We do not know. We only see the ice, reflecting the pale sunlight, sleeping, waiting. We pass Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system. It is bigger than the planet Mercury. It is a mix of ice and rock, gray and ancient. It casts a long shadow over the giant planet. We drift away from the Jupiter system. It takes a long time to leave. The planet is so big it stays in our view for hours. But slowly it shrinks. It becomes a bright, striped marble. Then a star. We are alone in the black again. The distance to the next world is vast. Saturn is far away. We have time to drift. Time to rest. The void is your bed. The stars are your nightlight. Drifting, floating, sinking deeper into the quiet. Yeraha Part 6. Is hisse min hum Saturn जुहाल पड़ जाएंगे। साइकोलॉजिकल ट्रिक, सैटर्न को जूल जिवारत कहा जाता है। इस पार्ट में हम हार्मनी, तवाजुन और स्ट्रक्चर पर फोकस करेंगे। सैटर्न के रिंग्स, छली, देखने में सॉलिड लगते हैं, मगर वो बर्फ, आइस के टुकड़ों से बने हैं। ये बिखरी हुई चीजों को तरतीब देने, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग chaos वाली फीलिंग देगा जो दिमाग को सुकून देती है। वीडियो टाइटल: द साइलेंट आर्काइव फुल मूवी, करंट, पार्ट 6 of 8, Saturn, the ring jewel. Tone: ethereal, golden, balanced, light. Part 6, script, instructions. Your voice should sound lighter here, more airy and dreamlike, but still very slow. We have left the heavy gravity of Jupiter behind. We are drifting deeper into the outer reaches. The sun is small now. It gives very little heat. It is just a bright star in a sea of other stars. But here, in the dim light, something is shimmering. Ahead of us lies the jewel of the solar system, Saturn. It is the most beautiful object in the sky. It does not look real. It looks like a drawing, a perfect creation of geometry and light. The planet itself is a ball of pale gold. Soft bands of yellow, tan, and gray wrap around it. It looks calm. There are winds blowing at 1,800 kilometers per hour, but we cannot see them. We only see the golden haze. Saturn is a gas giant, like Jupiter, but it is much lighter. It is the least dense of all the planets. It is lighter than water. If you could find a bathtub big enough to hold it, Saturn would float. It is a bubble of gas suspended in the dark, light, airy, weightless. But the true magic is the rings of Saturn. From a distance, they look like a solid disk, a sheet of gold metal encircling the planet. But as we drift closer, the illusion breaks. They are not solid. They are made of ice, billions and billions of pieces of water ice. Some are as small as a grain of sand. Some are as big as a house. Some are smooth marbles. Some are jagged shards. They are all floating together, orbiting the planet in perfect unison, a river of ice flowing in a circle. Let us drift into the rings. Imagine you are floating among these ice crystals. The sunlight hits them, and they sparkle. Millions of tiny rainbows flashing in the dark. It is a silent dance. Every piece of ice has its own path, but they move together. There is no chaos here, only order. Gravity keeps them in line, like soldiers, like dancers. They nudge each other gently, clicking softly as they collide. But sound does not travel here, so the collisions are silent. Just a visual shimmer. The rings are vast. They stretch out for 280,000 kilometers. You could fit a row of Earths across them, but they are incredibly thin. In some places, they are only 10 meters thick, thinner than a building. If you looked at Saturn from the side, the rings would disappear. They would become an invisible line, a razor's edge of light. Drifting above the rings, looking down at them, you feel a sense of balance. Everything is exactly where it should be. Everything is following the rules of gravity, round and round, forever. We look at the planet again. At the North Pole of Saturn, there is a mystery, a storm, but it is not round like a hurricane. It is a hexagon, a six-sided shape, perfectly geometric. It rotates slowly. The color is a deep blue, changing to gold in the center. It is a slow-motion puzzle. The clouds turn the corners sharply. Nature creating geometry in the chaos. It is mesmerizing to watch. Turning, turning, turning. A giant eye that never blinks. Saturn has many moons, more than any other planet. 146 moons at the last count. Small shepherds of the rings. But there is one that stands out. Titan, the giant orange moon. We drift towards it, It is the only moon in the solar system with a thick atmosphere. It looks like a fuzzy orange ball. We cannot see the surface from here, just the thick orange smog. It is cold, minus 180 degrees. But beneath those orange clouds, there are lakes. Not lakes of water, lakes of liquid methane and ethane. Natural gas turned into liquid by the cold. It rains methane on Titan. The drops fall slowly because the gravity is low. It is a silent chemical world. Dark rivers flowing into dark seas, under an orange sky. It is eerie. It is quiet. It is sleeping under its blanket of smog. We drift past another moon, Enceladus, a tiny bright white ball. It is the most reflective object in the solar system. It is covered in fresh, clean snow. At its south pole, geysers of water shoot out into space. Ice volcanoes, spraying water mist into the void. This mist freezes and drifts away. It becomes part of Saturn's rings. This tiny moon is feeding the giant, creating the beauty, speck by speck. We pull back now. We rise above the plane of the rings. We see the whole system in one view. The golden planet, the shimmering rings, the shepherd moons. It is a masterpiece of the cosmos. It feels poised, elegant, still. Take a moment to imprint this image in your mind. The symmetry, the circle, the light. Let the order of the rings bring order to your thoughts. Your thoughts are no longer scattered. They are aligned. They are moving in a slow, perfect circle, just like the ice, round and round, peaceful, predictable, safe. We drift away, reluctantly leaving the jewel behind. Saturn shrinks. The rings blur into a single line again. The gold fades to a pale yellow star. We are moving deeper, into the colder dark. We are heading for the ice giants, the lonely twins at the edge of the map. The sunlight is very weak now. The darkness is almost total. But you are not afraid. You are part of the dark. You are weightless. You are merely an observer, drifting on the tide of gravity towards the blue gold. Sleep is close now, very close. ये रहा part 7. इस हिस्से में हम यूरेनस और नेपट्यून आइस जायंट्स पर जाएंगे. Psychological trick. ये सोलर सिस्टम की सबसे अकेली, लोनली और ठंडी, कोल्ड जगह है. इनका रंग नीला, ब्लू है. कलर साइकोलॉजी के मुताबिक गहरा नीला रंग हार्ट रेट को स्लो करता है और दिमाग को सुलाता है. वीडियो टाइटल द साइलेंट आर्काइव फुल मूवी. Current part 7 of 8. The ice giants Uranus and Neptune. Tone freezing, dark, cyan, and deep blue, isolated. Part 7 script. Instructions. Your voice must be very quiet now, almost a whisper. It is very cold and dark here. We are far from home now, so very far. The golden light of Saturn has faded into the distance behind us. We are entering the twilight zone of the solar system. The sun is no longer a disk. It is just a point of piercing white light. It offers almost no heat. The darkness here is different. It is thicker. It is deeper. It is the darkness of the deep ocean. Ahead of us, a ghost appears in the black, a pale blue-green sphere. Uranus, the ice giant. It does not glow like Venus. It does not shine like Jupiter. It simply exists. A matte, cyan ball hanging in the void. It is the coldest planet in the solar system, even colder than Neptune, which is further away. The temperature here drops to minus 224 degrees Celsius. Everything is frozen. Even the gas is freezing. Uranus is made of water, methane, and ammonia fluids, but not liquid like on Earth. It is a slush, an icy, dense soup surrounding a rock core. It is a strange world. While all other planets spin like spinning tops, Uranus rolls. It is tilted on its side. It rolls around the sun like a ball. Because of this tilt, the seasons here are extreme. For 42 years, the North Pole points directly at the sun. For the next 42 years, it points into the complete darkness. Imagine a night that lasts for 42 years, a lifetime of darkness. We are looking at it now in its quiet phase. The face of the planet is blank. There are no storms visible, no stripes, no spots, just a smooth, endless surface of pale blue. It is like a mirror that has been frosted over. It is featureless. It is calming in its emptiness. There is nothing to focus on, nothing to distract you, just the color. Cyan, blue, cold. It has rings too, but they are not like Saturn's jewels. They are dark, made of dust and rocks that reflect no light. They are almost invisible, like faint pencil lines drawn in the dark. They circle the planet vertically, a silent halo for a sleeping giant. We drift past it, feeling the chill, feeling the stillness. It is a lonely world, unvisited, unspoken. It turns slowly in the dark, rolling on its side, drifting through the centuries. We leave the pale giant behind. We travel further out, to the very edge of the map, the last planet, Neptune. As we approach, the color deepens. Uranus was pale, but Neptune is vivid. It is a deep, rich azure blue, the color of the deepest ocean on Earth. It looks liquid. It looks deep. It is the windiest world we have seen. The winds here blow at 2,000 kilometers per hour. They represent the fastest moving air in the solar system. But from our vantage point, high above the atmosphere, we see no motion. Space silences the violence. We only see the beauty of the blue sphere. It looks calm. It looks like a blue pearl lost in the sand. There are white clouds here, high-altitude methane clouds. They cast shadows onto the blue deck below. They look like streaks of cotton wool, drifting over the blue expanse. And there is a spot here too, the great dark spot, a hole in the atmosphere, a storm the size of Earth. But unlike Jupiter's red eye, this one is dark blue. It is a bruise on the face of the planet. It vanishes and reappears over the years. A ghost storm. Neptune is lonely. It takes 165 Earth years to orbit the sun just once. It moves so slowly against the background stars that you would not even know it was moving. It is a sentinel, the guard of the outer gate, watching the darkness beyond. It has a companion, Triton, its largest moon. This is a strange moon. It orbits in the opposite direction to the planet's rotation. It is a captured soul. Long ago, it was drifting through space, and Neptune caught it. Now it is trapped in a backward dance. Triton is the coldest object we have visited, minus 235 degrees. It is covered in frozen nitrogen. It looks like a cantaloupe melon. Its skin is wrinkled and rough, pink and gray ice. And even in this freezing cold, there's activity. Geysers, cryovolcanoes, shooting plumes of nitrogen gas 8 kilometers high. They freeze instantly and fall back as snow, invisible snow falling on a frozen moon, next to a deep blue planet at the edge of the solar system. Take a moment to feel the distance. You are 4.5 billion kilometers from Earth. The Earth is invisible from here. You cannot see your house. You cannot see your problems. You cannot see your to-do list. They are too small to exist out here. Here, there is only the blue giant and the silence, the absolute crushing silence of the void. There is no radio signal here, no noise, just the slow, rhythmic breathing of the universe, in and out, expanding, drifting. We are at the precipice. Beyond Neptune lies the Kuiper Belt, the land of debris, the land of ice dwarfs, and beyond that, the interstellar medium, the space between the stars. We are on the shoreline of the great cosmic ocean, looking out into the abyss. It is not scary. It is peaceful. It is empty. And emptiness is rest. Empty your mind like the space before you. Let the blue color of Neptune wash over your thoughts, cooling them down, slowing them down. Deep blue sleep, cold blue rest. We turn our ship around one last time. We look back at the planets we have passed: Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Earth, Mercury, Venus, tiny points of light aligned in the dark. Like a string of pearls, we are leaving them all behind. We are drifting into the final void, the space where time stops, the space where you can finally let go. Drifting, floating. The blue is fading to black. The cold is becoming warm. The heaviness is taking over. You are safe at the edge of the world, sleeping. We have reached the boundary. The planets are behind us now. We are entering the Kuiper Belt, a ring of frozen debris that encircles the solar system. It is dark here. The sun is just a pinprick of light. It looks no different from any other star in the sky. If you stood here, you would not feel its heat. You would only know it is the sun because it is slightly brighter than the rest. In this twilight, we find the king of the Kuiper Belt, Pluto, the fallen planet. It is small, smaller than our moon. It is a lonely world of brown and white, but it has a heart. On its surface, there is a giant glacier shaped exactly like a heart. It is made of nitrogen ice. It is smooth and bright. It beats in a way. During the day, the nitrogen turns to gas. During the night, it snows back down. A slow, rhythmic heartbeat of ice. The atmosphere is thin and blue, but mostly it is just rock and ice sitting in the dark. Pluto has a moon too, Charon. They are locked together, facing each other eternally, spinning in the dark waltz, so far from home, so quiet. We drift past Pluto. We are leaving the map now. There is one last thing to see before we enter the void: a small metal box, drifting silently through the abyss. Voyager 1. The spacecraft launched from Earth in 1977. It is the furthest human-made object from home. It is rushing away at 17 kilometers per second. But in this vast emptiness, it looks like it is standing still. It is powered down now. Most of its instruments are sleeping. It carries a golden record, a phonograph record with sounds of Earth, thunder, rain, whales, music, spoken greetings in 55 languages. But there is no one here to listen. The record is silent. The metal is cold. It will drift like this for billions of years, long after Earth is gone, long after the sun has faded. Voyager will still be drifting, a silent memory of who we were. We watch it fade into the blackness. Goodbye, traveler. You thought you were at the end, but space does not end. It only gets deeper. We have passed Pluto. We have passed the Voyager probe. We are now in the true emptiness. The gap between the solid worlds we knew and the final shell of our system is immense. We drift for what feels like eternity in absolute blackness. There is nothing here, not even dust, just the pure, unfiltered vacuum. Your mind is clear because there is nothing to process. There is just the sensation of floating further and further away. The sun behind us is now just the brightest star in the sky. It has lost its dominance. It is just another point of light among billions. After drifting for thousands of years in this silence, we begin to sense something around us again. We have entered the Oort Cloud. This is not a flat ring like the asteroid belt. This is a giant, hollow sphere that wraps around the entire solar system. It is unbelievably huge. It extends nearly a light year out into space. It is the womb of the comets. Trillions of icy bodies are sleeping here. Frozen lumps of dirty ice, methane, and ammonia. Some are small, some are the size of mountains. They are so far apart that you could fly through this cloud for 1,000,000 years and never hit one. But they are there, hanging in the frozen dark. They are the leftovers from the formation of the sun 4.6 billion years ago. They have been put out here in cold storage, waiting. Sometimes the gravity of a passing star nudges one of them, and it begins a long, slow fall inward toward the sun, becoming a comet with a bright tail that we see in Earth's skies thousands of years later. But out here, they have no tails. They are just dark, frozen rocks, spinning slowly in temperatures near absolute zero. There is no heat here. Motion is almost non-existent. Time means nothing. 1,000,000 years is a blink of an eye in the Oort Cloud. Let yourself become like one of these ice objects, frozen, still, drifting without purpose, content to just exist in the dark. We continue to drift outward. We pass through the shell of ice. And now we have truly left home. We are free of the sun's gravity. We are interstellar travelers. We are in the ocean between the islands of stars. The distances here are no longer measured in kilometers. They are too big. They are measured in light years. The distance light travels in 1 full year. Let us look at where we are going. We are drifting towards the nearest stars, but near is a relative term in the quiet void. Our first destination, drifting ahead, is Proxima Centauri. It is the closest star to our sun, but it is 4.24 light years away. If Voyager 1 were headed there, it would take over 70,000 years to arrive. We have time. We are just drifting. Proxima is not like our sun. It is a red dwarf. It is small, much smaller than our sun. It gives off a dim, reddish light. You cannot see it from Earth with the naked eye. It is too faint. It sits alone in the dark, burning its fuel slowly. Because it burns so slowly, it will live much longer than our sun. Our sun will die in 5 billion years. Proxima Centauri will burn for trillions of years. It is a patient star. It has planets orbiting it, worlds bathed in dim red light. Are they inhabited? We do not know. We only know they are there. Silent worlds orbiting a silent red star, waiting for visitors that may never come. Beyond Proxima, we see the 2 main stars of the system, Alpha Centauri A and Alpha Centauri B. They are locked in a gravitational dance, orbiting around a common center point every 80 years. Alpha Centauri A is very much like our own sun, a yellow dwarf, bright and warm. Alpha Centauri B is slightly smaller, cooler, and more orange. From a distance, they look like one single bright star, but up close, they are a binary pair, swinging past each other in the dark. A slow, endless waltz of nuclear fire. They are 4.37 light years away, just slightly further than Proxima. They are neighbors in the vast neighborhood of the galaxy. Let us turn our gaze to another nearby light, Barnard's star. It is about 6 light years away. It is another red dwarf, old and dim. It is moving faster than almost any other star in our night sky. It is rushing towards us. In about 10,000 years, it will be the closest star to Earth. But for now, it is just a faint red dot, flying through the void. It is very cold compared to our sun. Its surface temperature is only about 3,000 degrees Celsius. It casts a weak light into the surrounding blackness. Further out, we see Wolf 359, another faint red dwarf. It is nearly 8 light years away. It is one of the least luminous stars known. It is so dim that if it replaced our sun, it would only appear 10 times brighter than the full moon. Earth would freeze solid in days. It is a tiny, smoldering ember in the dark, just barely holding onto its status as a star. It is quiet. It is unobtrusive. It just exists.